All right. Oh, you don't even have a coffee. Suck
I drank it.
Waiting for
I was
me.
waiting for you for half an hour.
All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Everyday Eady, where we talk about anything and everything. No topic is too much. And gosh, it feels like it's been forever since we've had a good chat here. We pre-recorded some so that it's just been a busy season.
Yeah, you're busy when you're at exhibition and lots of stuff going on. So,
but I think that ties into our topic where if something matters to you, you prioritize it, right? And this is something that we've dedicated to ourselves as a priority because we want to help people and we feel like this is a cool platform and a good way to do it. So we've picked times and dates that kind of worked to maybe get it done ahead of time and out of the way.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be a change?
Wouldn't that be a change? That's actually something new for me. I'm not really good at scheduling, having an agenda. I'm more of a wing it as you go type person. And you are a always 15 minutes early kind of guy. And I'm at least half an hour late.
No, I'm like a wing it as we go. But it's like, okay, we're going to wing this. And then we go. And then it's like, all right, let's wing. And then while I'm winging and I got the kids ready and we're in the vehicle, you're inside wanging. It's like winging around. And then I'll come in and you're like doing a TikTok.
Oh no, I'm probably I go pee and then I gotta make myself a coffee, make sure my water bottle's filled before we leave, and then I should probably fold the laundry for some reason.
And then do a live about folding
and then
laundry.
Do a tic tac about folding laundry.
I'm in a wired mood.
You're in a wired mood. I'm like completely exhausted. I was sleeping on the couch when he got home and he's like harassing me.
I was like falling asleep on the way home, but then I was like wired. Like you say tic tac, and the things that I rhyme that with are all like not good things. Anyways, this is not PG-13, so I guess I could say whatever I want. Say what I want when I want. So yeah, you were gonna start touching on
most successful people that we've kind of like found like in our circle are people that just start before, like, you don't worry about making things perfect. You just start and kind of figure it out as you go.
That's the old 70-30.
I like more 80-20.
Well, 80-20 is...
I'm just kidding. 70-30 is good. I like that.
Or 60-40, whatever works for you. But it's like you get the momentum. But then if you... they call it like analyzation paralyzation. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's like if you're assessing properties for income, like income generating properties or whatever, and you analyze, it's like, well, eventually you have to pull the trigger. It's the same as the gym. You can pull whatever research you want. I was talking about this the other day. Tim Grover says it. He's like, there's thousands and thousands of books about your health and about getting into shape. And the problem is most fucking fat people sit on the couch to read them.
Right, put the book down and just do the squats. Yeah. Squat while you're reading the dang book.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it, because it's like there's a lot of people like, oh, I'll start in a month after I start getting better motivation and self-discipline. It's like, that's bullshit. Just start right now. It doesn't have to be a Monday. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. It can be right now. It doesn't have to be the beginning of the month, right?
Don't make an excuse.
There's so many little excuses, right? But I just think that's just something that I think we've been both very good at. Like even this podcast, for example, you just started, like it was pivot as we go, and there's been lots of pivoting, and now it's slowly getting like tweaking to get it to where we actually want it. So it's cool.
It's far from as good as it's gonna be, but it's far better than it was at the beginning.
Right.
I think, as long as our microphones are working. Right now.
Nobody can hear us.
Yeah.
Epic fail.
But yeah, it's prioritization, and that's the thing. Like I try and preach too, is like in your 4 pillars, right? Is prioritization. You have to make this stuff a priority, whether it's health and getting in shape, or your relationship, like us, or your relationship with your kids, or your relationship with anybody, or your business, or whatever. Like you have to make stuff a priority, and to make those things a priority, lots of the times you have to cut other things out. But like health, wealth, self, and circle.
We'll talk about that. That's your core 4 that you go off of every day. Yeah. That you try to keep those 4 things in the back of your mind and work on as your 4 pillars. Right. And What are they?
Yeah, like health is obviously general health, and I've set standards for myself, right, for working out and where I want to be, and I have goals in that. And that all stemmed from, I want to be like 75 years old and run around with our grandkids. I don't want to be like sick and on oxygen and all muffed up. I want to live till I'm 100. I want to tell bad jokes forever.
Oh my God.
I'm getting really good at them being
Yeah.
dad jokes, baby.
Oh my
like
God.
when I cracked the joke about my penis being a breakfast sausage at the exhibition and disgusted people.
I was like, so funny. You really find out who your true circle is when you tell like some of your jokes and they're just like, ugh. Oh my God. I'm like, oh, and I think I'm just laughing hysterically. I think they're so funny. I was like, okay, these people, it's not going to work out.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I can't please them all, honey.
No. Yeah, so there's health and wealth. Obviously, wealth is whether it's income and running your own business, or if it's just your finances and making sure that you're safe and you can actually do what you want, right? Prioritizing being able to put food on the table for your kids is a big thing.
Right.
Having a Louis Vuitton purse is sweet, but if you have to eat fucking Ichiban to have that purse, is it really worth it? I don't know.
Well, not even that. Does that purse even bring you joy? Sometimes people just want it because a celebrity has it, right? Does that thing actually bring you joy? For me, no. It's that's not one of my things that I would invest in, but maybe there is certain things. Maybe some people like to bake and cook. That makes them happy. And whatever.
But when investing in yourself, I mean, there's obviously for financial reasons for the future, but investing in yourself too is also like spending money on things that actually fulfill you, and breaking that down, right? To put the money into stuff that actually genuinely gives you fulfillment, whether that is being able to help somebody and donate money, or if that means helping out people that you know in a financial thing, or if that means taking your family on vacations, or whatever it is that actually fulfills you, versus just, I mean, some people, we know people that'll spend every dollar that they have just buying gifts for people because that's their love language, right?
Right.
But it's breaking that down as to what you want and where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. You break that into steps and you tackle off those steps. I mean, some people want to become millionaires. Some people want to have empires, right? Like it's, and you have to break that into steps.
I love the word empire.
Yeah, so do I. That's kind of what we have.
We want to build an empire, but our reasons for our empire is so cool. We want to have a team because we just want to, first of all, create jobs. Yeah. And then if you could create jobs for people which actually are sustainably like taking care of their family and have a wage and amazing benefits, and we can really take care of them and see them succeed and
walking in
fulfilled in something they do.
People glowing and actually like bettering themselves.
Yes.
Helping them push to get more and more and more of themselves.
But I feel like within our empire, I feel like this, like we're going to be, I don't know, like, you know how Google kind of creates like a, what's it called in there? Like your culture, right? Like I want to create a culture within our empire that the people become better people just for being around all other like-minded
better versions of themselves.
Yes.
Like that's the thing. Is taking their strong points and really helping them work on those and grow. If you're an A in ninja and a C in math, don't hire a math tutor, hire a ninja tutor.
Right.
Like really push towards.
That's why I would love hiring people in their areas of strength and seeing them excel and grow in that. Like that really excites me to see that sort of stuff.
That's hard to do, like with my work, with working under an umbrella of another company, like with my management.
Right, that's why we're growing an empire, honey.
Right, that I have. Like it's really hard because you're in the confines of somebody else's control. You're limited to what you can really do there.
Yeah.
And who you can bring on your team. I have a good team there too, but when it's our name on stuff and we can hire and fire who we want, if they contribute
and create that
to the
kick-ass
team.
culture.
Yeah, where everybody's together. Yeah, not everybody's gonna get along all the time 100% perfect, and that's okay. That's what I like about it, because then you can watch those struggles and you can watch people fight through that and then better themselves. And if you can find the positives in people that you sometimes dislike at work, and you can work through that, then you can bring those skills home and do that with your spouse. That just makes your relationship at home even better, right? Like if you can.
What are you saying you don't like about me?
I'm saying that I
I'm just kidding.
I use work to be able to come home and be like, don't kill her. she's not that bad. I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I've been really good with the jokes today. Yeah.
He does actually love me, right?
Yeah, so that was health, wealth, self.
You're like, on to the next.
Yeah. So it's pouring that energy and time and commitment into your actual self. And like this is...
So you have health, wealth, now you're on to self.
Self, yeah. And I think self on the priority list is like number 1 or 2. I just touched my microphone. Number 1 or 2, it shares with health. But like self is really... a lot more internal.
Mental health, physical health, emotional health, your well-being.
Like lots of people that are broken down, men especially, that I find the more I research, the more I talk to people in different realms, is they are giving and giving and giving and giving for their loved ones. They do it when they're young. They give for their mom. They give for their dad. They bite their lip because of this to be proper, prim proper, and then they start getting older. They start building their own families. They're giving this. They're giving that because that's what they think that a man needs to do. And it's like, well, yeah, right. And because you're giving into your family, but you need to fill your cup before you can pour into others.
I think that's a huge thing too. Like, I don't want, like, personal privacy. We don't really talk about names of anything too, but I just think that's a huge thing that comes up a lot where relationships, maybe they're why they're not working out. Those two people need to find things that are filling up their cups too. They're both so deflated and maybe trying to rely on each other to fill that up, but that's not how it works.
My relationship isn't working. Like the last thing I should be doing is leaving the house. And so your relationship isn't working. Like I would.
You need to do things.
As a girl, you don't need to go to the club, shake that ass and go grinding on some dudes, but you should probably get out and do something that fulfills you. Go for a hike or crafting or golfing or whatever
it is,
wherever you're actually getting fulfilled, not just getting away. Like there's a difference between getting away from the stuff and drama that's at home and going away and bettering yourself and clearing your mind. Like,
absolutely.
I used to have lots of hobbies. I don't think that I really do now, but I have a wicked gym in the basement. I go to the gym twice a week because I like it.
Out of the house.
Yeah. And to go be part of that environment there, become part of the culture, the gym culture that's there. There's good dudes there, good women there. I'm at a point now where I can actually kind of help people with some of that stuff and pushing myself too. I like it, right? Like
that's just it. Whatever it is for you, like I like just getting outdoors. That's my happy place.
Meditating. That's one thing that I say, and then I used to, when people be like, "Oh, meditate, oh, you're fucking hippie," right? But like meditation is huge.
It's huge. It's more that it's the controlling of the mind and yourself, and you call if men maybe find it too like the word meditating. What did you call it? Like taming your inner bitch. Where you sit there and just like quiet your own mind, like shut up for a second, right? And just learning how to control that. Like sometimes I think meditation comes off maybe for men in that I love the word meditation. It literally just calmed me right down saying that word. But like maybe for men, that's what it is. That's the whole point of it too, being able to control your mind.
Being able to slow yourself down and control your thoughts a little bit is a big thing.
Yeah.
Because then stemming that, then all of a sudden you start gaining more control of your anger or your sadness or whatever.
Any
depression.
Emotion, right? Yeah. Just to be able to self-regulate yourself a lot easier, or even just, I love how someone in one of Ed Milet's podcasts had talked about catching yourself. So it's just, whether it's just you're catching yourself in these different things that you fall into, and it's kind of cool. You realize that, oh, geez, you are actually in control of what's going on up there.
That's like 75 hard. I remember like running, right?
Yeah.
And then running, he's like, oh, I'm going to stop because I'm sore. Well, you're not that sore.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to be sore tomorrow because you're going to run tomorrow. Well, so what if you're going to run tomorrow?
You don't actually know.
Right now,
yeah.
Right? And then,
give it your all right now.
Right. Like there's so many, your brain just comes up with so many excuses. And then finally you're like, no, fucko. Like, you're running, boy. And then you just force yourself to power through. It's the same as doing the burpees and stuff now. It's like, oh, this sucks. Well, yeah, it fucking sucks. No shit, it sucks. Like that's... it's called working out. It's work, right? Like,
but then don't you feel so good about it after?
You never feel it. You never get mad at yourself for working out after. You're never like, oh, I shouldn't have done a workout.
Right.
Sometimes you're like, maybe I shouldn't have gone that hard when you're like puking in a bucket.
That was me this morning. I was like, ugh, feel like I'm going to puke, but I was like, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay.
You're going to be okay.
You're going to be okay. Yeah. I was. Look at me.
Yeah, look at me
Still
now.
here. I had to have sleep after that.
Yeah. You're so zoned out. I walked in, the cat was in the sink eating a chicken.
Sleeping on the couch. I was like, oh my God. I don't often nap, so.
Good for you.
Good for me.
You earned it.
I earned it.
So 4 staples, that's what we're on.
Health, wealth, self, and circle. I think circle's my favorite one, and something that is really, really, really huge to me right now.
Yeah, it's your circle's relationships, right?
Yeah.
I think the most important relationship that anybody has in their life, well, other than the one with yourself, but is with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Like lots of young guys and girls, like especially these days, it's all about like, oh, what do they call it? Like that alpha male and mentality. It's like, oh, this, that, like get as many women as you need, do it on your own. It's like, fuck you. Dude, if you can pick a queen, king and queen, as gay as that is or whatever, but like if you can pick a partner who's like-minded, who's driven, and is going on the same goals as you, like fuck you, there's nothing you can't do. Because then when you fall off, you have that partner that's right there to back you up. Like, no, like you got this, or to push you. That's what the one thing that
Totally.
that we've agreed on, right? Like if I turn into some slouch and I wasn't fulfilling my side of the bargain, which is to be like an awesome dad and to be healthy and to bring money in and drive and happiness, like if I turn into a slouch and just stop doing that, I would expect you to call me out on that shit, right? And eventually I wouldn't expect, if I just stopped doing it all the time, I wouldn't want you to stay with me.
Right.
Like, that's not, we made an agreement here that is our marriage to giver for each other.
But even this morning, just the little things, I knew you were going to hit that hard. Even this morning, my alarm was going off and I was still in bed, and you're like, I'm not getting up to shut that off for you, or I'm not shutting that off.
I was up.
You were up, I know.
I was already done showering. I was leaving for work. I was like, by the way, I'm not shutting that off.
I was like, please? And then you're like, no, get up. Coffee's on. Go sit by the fire. Have some me time.
You're tired, and you're going to wake up in an hour and a half tired. You might as well wake up, have your time to yourself before the kids get up.
And be rushed.
So when the kids get up, you're not like, nah! Like, take some zen time for you before they wake up. Because I pay attention to you, and I pay attention to what works.
Right.
More so, lots of the times, than what you actually pay attention to yourself.
So true. I think you get caught up sometimes and you get stuck in your bad habits sometimes, and then you don't realize, like, you're right, I need that hour to myself before the kids get up, and everything just goes so much smoother.
Busted your ass for fucking 7 days with agribition, well, longer than that, but like with agribition. It's like, well, yeah, you're tired and you feel like shit. Guess how you're gonna feel in an hour and a half from now?
Still
after you
tired
sleep
and
more?
feel like
You're
shit.
still gonna be tired and feel like shit. So you might as well get up.
Yeah, get up and just sit there and enjoy the peace and quiet and watch the sunrise. And you're right, it is. I thank you for that. So it is. It's having someone that sees your...
Push each other.
Yeah.
Be there to push, but also be there to
Support.
And then sometimes don't be there at all. Like sometimes when you need your shit, you gotta. I know how to handle my, like when I'm going through stuff. I know what I need. Just let me sort this out. I usually have like my one bad night. It's like you can see it. It's like leave me the fuck alone. Mm-hmm. And I'll come downstairs. I'll hit the bag for a while. Probably sweat my ass off. I'll go in the garage. I'll take something apart that I have no business fucking taking apart. And I do not intend on putting back together. And then it'll be like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be sitting there with a motorcycle or a quad or something all torn apart, and it's like, whew, right? And I go to bed. So, but that's I've learned.
Do you know what works for me?
I've learned how to become self-aware over time. That I know.
Crying
what
in
works
the
for me.
shower. That's great for me. Talking to horses is great for me.
Eating a Snickers is usually really good for you too.
I don't actually like Snickers.
It doesn't matter. It's the point of it. I don't give a fuck if you like the Snickers or not. Sometimes you have to eat it.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Like the other day,
Food
had
is
an
good for
aggravation.
me.
I'm like, honey, like you want a burger? Like you should probably eat. I don't need a burger. And then so I got 2 chicken burgers, and then you proceeded to eat my chicken burger, and then you proceeded to bitch that there was so much mayonnaise on my chicken burger, and I said that's why I ordered it, because I love the mayonnaise. My burger. Holy tits.
You better watch out if I get hangry. This is scare business.
Yeah, so anyways, that's the core 4 that those are the staples, man. That's what I focus on. If you have something wrong in your life and you feel that your energy is down or something's wrong and you
check
just
in
feel
on those 4
something
things.
is wrong, look at your core 4 and I guarantee you're not focusing on one of them. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed. But if you actually put due care attention and onto each one of those 4 and you're working on them on a steady basis and directing energy towards those, you're gonna be okay. Right?
100%.
Like you're gonna power through because you're actually putting attention to it. Well, Tony Robbins says it, right?
Yeah. Where attention goes, energy flows.
Yeah.
And it's so true. And I think, like you said, in the core 4 of yours with the circle also is the people you surround yourself with, which is huge too, is creating your environment of who you surround yourself with. And I think this last week too, just being around so many people, like now I go back, like you just said, to reevaluate your core 4 if you're feeling a little bit depleted. Right now I'm just thinking I do feel a little bit depleted, and probably after we're done this podcast I am going to kind of reevaluate that and see okay, what is something that I need to focus my energy that I'm not giving it to, right? So like you said, where focus goes, energy flows.
That's the whole point of doing it and actually logging it and paying attention, because I can tell you right now, like if you're like, oh no it's good, it's like, well,
you can only say that for so long until it starts
if
actually
you're not actually
crumbling.
focusing on it, right? Something's breaking down. There's so many people that our relationship is good, our relationship is good. Like, no, it's not.
Okay.
Right? Susie's fucking Tim down the road or whatever, like it's not good. You know what I mean? Like, well, or something else where it's like, oh yeah, no, like, oh yeah, I've been dying, I've been watching my health. Well, buddy, I've been watching your body and your belt line. No, you're getting more and more unhealthy. Or like,
I think we do tell ourselves those little lies or white lies too, to just right. But it's just to be truthful and honest with that, because really you're not helping yourself in any way.
You're making up
you're making it
excuses.
Worse.
You're just fucking yourself. It's better to own it and be like, yeah, no, you know what? I haven't shit in the bed on that, and I'm okay with that, because where my standard is set, where my thermometer is set, I'm okay with that right now. As long as you're like, okay, I'm okay with this right now because I'm focusing my energy over here. But if you're just going through life letting other people toss you around like a volleyball back and forth, and you're not taking any control of yourself, you're not going to win. You're going to come out at the end, you're going to be 70 years old and be like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, it's true too. I think the coolest part is that everybody is one decision away from, you could completely change your whole world in a split decision too. So, and we are so much more in control than we think too.
We were talking about that today, and I touched on a conversation with that guy that I had. I forget what the community is, but I think it was Christ for Kids, he called it. But,
oh yeah.
But we were talking about kids and just the mentality and manifesting and then some kids grow up in families and like, oh, you can do whatever, you can be whatever, and then they watch their parents that don't actually follow through with that. It's like, well, yeah, you're just feeding them bullshit. But then there's also kids like in the core of the city and stuff like that are being raised in atmospheres of, oh, well, yeah, no, that's not for us. Oh, yeah, no, we're not lucky like that. Oh, yeah, no, like, luck favors the bold, right? So, I mean, they can, as much as there are different circumstances that they are in, which make their fight more difficult, is also an advantage, because that can make them so much stronger.
Absolutely.
But if they just had somebody that shows them support and lets them know, like, hey, you can do this is achievable, and then they start gaining some momentum, and then there's somebody there to teach them how to pat themselves on the back. Not always getting a pat on the back isn't always beneficial, but being taught how to give yourself a pat on the back, and then you can take a look back and be like, wow, look how far I've come. And then you can be proud of yourself, and then you turn around and that pride is like, okay, now it makes the grind worth it to keep going further. Like, if we can figure out a way to help kids with that and teach them that kind of thing.
100%, and I like that too, and like instilling that it's you against you, and you don't need somebody else to tell you that you're doing it right or to be proud of you. If you can be proud of your own accomplishments on your own like that, and giving yourself like that, you're giving yourself that pat on the back and being your own biggest cheerleader, I think is pretty cool.
It's even like with the kids, lots of times I try and say, you should be so proud of yourself. Oh man, you should be proud of yourself. But then I seen a video not that long ago, this lady, and she went above and beyond to tell her husband, like, you shouldn't say like, I'm so proud of you. Like, that just gives me the EBGBs. Like, fuck that. You should be able to tell your kid you're proud of them too. Now, I mean, also instilling in them that they should be proud of themselves. They shouldn't be trying to hit these goal markers and these achievements for other people. I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, being a dad and saying, oh man, I am proud of you for that.
Yeah.
So, oh no. Like,
right?
People are so fucked.
I say that a lot about all the little things with the kids, and I love saying it to them. I love just really pumping them up.
Right. But then me, lots of times I've got the old school in me too, where it's like, buddy, I'm not gonna pat you on the back for doing something. It's like, oh, RJ, you're 6 years old. If you wipe your own ass, I'm not gonna be like, good job, fella, you wiped your own ass. It's like, no, those achievements are way gone now. We're on to the next thing.
Totally.
Right? It's like taking a billionaire and being like, you made $5 today. Like those achievements, like, no, we're pushing for more, right? Like, well, really, right? It's like, holy Elon Musk, you fucking put your own shoes on today.
Oh my God.
It's not the way it works, right? Like, or guys, when you have I could go on a rant about that, like work-wise too. It's like you have a contract that this is how many hours you work in a day, right? Nobody should come and pat you on the back and be like, thanks for putting in a full 8 today.
100%.
Right? You don't. That is a participation trophy.
Right.
That is fucking bullshit. Right. Now going above and beyond and showing that you care and driving for yourself and doing some studying outside of work where you're not getting paid for an hourly wage to actually be bettering yourself to show that you are a valuable asset to a business. That stuff gets a pat on the back and showing that you're appreciated.
100%, and that's what I like too. Like, not that it's gonna sound weird. We're in the business of raising leaders. Being a parent, we're not a business, but just, I don't know why I said it in those exact words, but we are just here doing the best we can with our kids, and our kids are now home.
Yeah. All right.
And raising them as little leaders because we want them to uplift and
Now we should touch on that too.
be that for our community.
All right, this is gonna get ripped down. Love you. Thanks for listening.
Well, that's an abrupt.
Tune in next week for when we build the soundproofing walls.
Edie's out.